Roblox is in huge trouble. The celebrity just joined Roblox. Roblox is breaking and more insane news today. And if you're new, please subscribe. We're getting so close to 400,000 subs. Thank you, and let's get right into it. Our first season starts with Roblox actually being in pretty big trouble. And once again, Roblox is getting sued, but this time it's very different. And this time the outcome of the lawsuit might actually end pretty badly for Roblox. Let me break down what's going on. Ruben Samir tweeted out saying, a new lawsuit reveals investors are suing the Roblox Corporation, as well as CEO David Buski himself, in part over rampant safety issues. So yeah, it's actually pretty insane. And the reason I'm saying this is like crazier than other Roblox lawsuits is because, as I'm sure almost everybody noticed by now, over the past few years and ever since the Roblox stock launched, Roblox switched from this company, being super fun company, interacting with players, to a company who only does stuff to appeal to investors. And that's why they've been doing like this whole metaverse thing. That's why they use realistic avatars and a bunch of stuff like that. And a lot of people said that when Roblox launched their stock is kind of the downfall of Roblox because they only try to appeal to investors nowadays. And well, with that being said, players and YouTubers and everyone who plays Roblox basically has complained to Roblox about something. And a lot of times about this, the safety issue on the platform, and Roblox never listens, and that's probably because he took this new shift of trying to appeal to investors. However, this lawsuit is not from, like a player or anything like usual. It's from investors themselves. So this time it's going to be very different for Roblox because a lot of times when Roblox gets sued, it's like some parents or, just another individual, and Roblox ends up winning obviously because they're the bigger corporation. But now, Roblox is getting sued by their own investors, so they're kind of held against the wall now. Because their investors are obviously very important to them because, they invest in the company, they give Roblox money, and they spent like all these years, ever since the stock launch, trying to appeal to investors. So this lawsuit is not going to be something they brush aside probably. It's going to be something they actually care about and they probably will look into. And also it's pretty crazy how they're not only targeting and suing Roblox, but they're also suing like the owner himself. So I feel like Roblox definitely has their eyes on this and they're going to handle the situation very carefully. But with that out the way, let's take a deeper look into the lawsuit to see like what exactly they're suing Roblox for. So in the screenshot we can see some of the stuff that they have an issue with, being 1. The Roblox platform has insufficient content controls and lacked user spending restrictions. Which I guess is kind of true, but this argument is kind of hard to justify. Before I say why, the second part ties into this, saying these inadequate controls enable younger Roblox users to play games with inappropriate content and make excessive unauthorized Roblox purchases. So we'll come back to that first point later, but basically these first 2 points are saying that kids can easily just spend their parents' money super easy and buy a bunch of Robux, which has happened a lot on the platform before, and I'm pretty sure Roblox has been sued for this even before. It's obviously a big issue, which obviously does make Roblox look bad, but there's always an argument of this of being like it's the kid's fault, you know what I mean, and like the parents' fault for like putting their credit card and stuff. So a lot of times people actually side with Roblox on that argument, but the other argument it's hard to argue against Roblox for this one, where they're basically saying that with Roblox's poor moderation and everything going on, a lot of kids see super inappropriate stuff on the platform, which is true, and this has been going on for so long now. Like, I don't have to explain it. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have probably seen some insane stuff on the platform before that just hasn't been moderated. But before we go deeper into that, the rest of the thing just says like some stuff with the stock and how they did some like updates that affected the stock, and a lot of the rest of the lawsuit depends on like stuff they did with the stock and whatever. But besides that, a lot of it also has to do with the safety of Roblox and the safety of their users. And what's crazy is that this is not the only Roblox lawsuit for this exact same thing. If you guys remember, like a month ago now, or less than a month ago now, parents or an individual sued Roblox for this exact same thing because their kids saw some like super inappropriate content on the platform. So they actually ended up suing Roblox for it. And this lawsuit was actually bigger once again than like usual lawsuits, and Roblox actually responded saying that they're going to handle it in court. So right now Roblox has 2 ongoing lawsuits about the exact same thing, about their poor safety on the platform. And kind of the overall gist of both these lawsuits from what I'm seeing is that they're basically saying Roblox promises all these safety users and they promise like their user safety and they have all these safety updates, but none of it actually ends up being true and people are still exposed to bad stuff on the platform. And well, overall, like I said at the start of this video, the other lawsuit where, it was like a parent suing Roblox will probably win and they'll forget about it because, they're a bigger corporation. But the fact that investors are now suing Roblox makes things pretty interesting because Roblox, honestly, like, I can't speak for the company, but it's pretty apparent that they probably don't care if stuff like this gets sued. They only care that it affects their reputation, but they do care about their investors because, it makes them money or whatever. And the situation is obviously really bad for them because they could lose potentially a lot of money, and a lot of other investors might stop investing in the company and stock if they catch on to all this stuff. So overall, a very interesting situation. And lawsuits do take a long time, but I'm assuming even with the investor lawsuit, Roblox might still win, like the majority, but even if Roblox wins the lawsuit, I feel like no matter what happens, it will still damage like the reputation, especially for investors, so they might actually be motivated to do some changes to the platform finally, but I guess time will tell. Anyways, with that being said, let's move to our next story of a pretty big Roblox update coming soon, and a pretty interesting one at that. RTC News tweeted out saying, Roblox will be testing a new outfit discovery feature in the marketplace. You'll be able to search terms and find unique outfits related to your query. So yeah, as we can see in this video provided by Roblox, you can go search up anything and it will give you outfits that kind of try relating to what you search for. So in the example, they searched up like green monster, I think, and it showed them a green monster avatar with like pink stuff, which I think they also searched, which is honestly pretty cool and pretty interesting. But also with that being said, obviously this update looks pretty good now, but in the future, I'm a bit skeptical about this because Roblox has a bad history of, you know, their search terms. Like a big complaint people have on the platform right now is that their search for games is just awful. Like if you try finding a game right now about anything, you're probably gonna struggle and get a bunch of random games just because their search sucks. So if their search isn't good for games, I feel like it might be disappointing for this. But to be fair, I can't hate, you know, that much since it's not fully out yet. And I guess we have to wait and see till it's fully released to see if it works properly. But besides the update actually being decent, a lot of people noticed some interesting stuff about this. And not the actual update, but the way Roblox announced it. So the video and stuff seems normal at first until you realize the avatars that they used. Like the first avatar they showed in this video is this wolf avatar that does not look like Roblox at all. And they've been doing this a lot recently. And everyone constantly says that like these updates are cool, but why they keep modeling them with these super weird non-Roblox looking avatars? And that kind of ties into the last story too, because I'm pretty sure they do all this to appeal to investors or whatever. But besides all that and the weird, I guess, marketing effort they did to promote it, the update does seem pretty cool. But anyways, with that being said, let's move to our next story of a celebrity actually joining Roblox, of that being Olivia Rodrigo. So a few months ago, she launched like some Roblox merch and everyone was disappointed because, you know, they thought it was going to be a bigger collab than that. But now, months later, they've released like a full place and it's actually pretty insane. So they announced this fully like custom game or whatever, and it has a bunch of free UGC emotes and items, and it's an overall pretty big collab. It is pretty random to be honest, but it is pretty cool nonetheless, and a lot of people seem excited by this. And it's also just overall big for Roblox since, you know, it's a massive artist. Roblox is trending today and, you know, is kind of blowing up right now. This game's kind of blowing up right now just because of the announcement. And in general, a lot of people seem excited for this because a lot of people who are fans of her are now playing the game and going back on Roblox. And a lot of people who are fans of her and don't play Roblox are signing up to Roblox just to play this. And overall pretty cool collab because they went the extra mile, it seems like. They made a whole place with animations and stuff, and they made a bunch of custom merch and a bunch of free custom merch. But anyway, speaking of popular people joining the platform, next we have an interesting collaboration, or potential collaboration, of that being Roblox and Lamborghini. So I'm pretty sure this has been going on for a while now, but like more stuff just got leaked about it. And if you guys don't know, a little bit ago, the Lamborghini name was reset and the name is now verified, so I'm assuming this has to be real. And then from that, a bunch of UGC items are made. They're not published yet, but it's a bunch of official Lamborghini merchandise with like the Lamborghini logo on it, which are actually pretty cool and pretty insane. But besides that, like the collab and whatever, a lot of people are commenting saying that it's actually pretty crazy, not just because Lamborghini is joining Roblox, but also, if you aren't aware, Lamborghini's literally sued Roblox games before for using their logo. So a lot of people are saying it's insane how, you know, they've sued people before and now they're launching their own items. And overall, this entire collab is just pretty wild. And anyways, with that being said, let's move to our next story of a new Roblox update. It's pretty interesting. RTC News tweeted out saying, Roblox has changed how camera UI works. Inexperienced as a camera enabled, you'll initially see a selfie of your avatar. After closing this, you can reopen selfie via Roblox in-game menu. You'll no longer see the camera button in non-voice chat enabled experiences. And if you're confused what this means, the Brazilian RTC tweeted out a video of this kind of showing that this is how voice chat stuff is going to work now. It has the same UI as like the call update, and that's how it's going to work now. I think you're going to see your Roblox avatar, you know, up there, and then you can turn off the camera or turn on the camera and then turn off your mic and on your mic. And that's kind of going to be the new UI going forward. And overall, I've seen kind of a mixed response at this. A lot of people are saying that it's very good, and a lot of people are saying that it's useless. In my opinion, it's fine. However, the camera aspect of it seems a bit weird, but it's not that bad. And anyways, with that being said, let's move to our last story. A role's being broken once again for a lot of people, and this issue has been going on for months now, and it goes in like waves. Like it pops up again and everyone starts freaking out and then it dies down, and every once in a while it seems to be getting worse because a lot more people start posting about it, and today is no exception. Today I saw a lot of posts about the download glitch. Basically what's been going on is that a lot of PC players, when they go to play Roblox, it tells them to re-download it, which is a bit weird, but that does happen. But then when they go to download it, it downloads for a little bit and then just completely freezes, and it doesn't let them download the game at all. And no matter what they do, you know, restart their PC, re-download Roblox, you know, restart Roblox or whatever, nothing works and it doesn't let them re-download it. And there's been a pretty big issue going on, and I haven't really seen like a proper fix for this. And overall, like I said at the start, it seems to be getting worse right now. Because I also checked like the Roblox TikTok comments, and I've seen comments saying this exact same thing. This person commented saying, "Is anyone else's Roblox not working?" and is a top comment of this video. And then people literally replied saying that it's a PC issue for them as well, where their PC kept crashing or whatever. So right now, a lot of PC players just can't play the game, which is actually insane. And like I said, this problem has been going on for months now, and it's crazy how Roblox hasn't fixed it yet, because a lot of people just can't play the game anymore. And with that being said, however, check this video where Roblox officially released a swearing update. It's actually pretty insane. Check it out, let's see the next one.